Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 222, Omen, opens up with Urayumi apologizing to Sukuna for not being able to find the last finger, but Sukuna is not fazed with this because he has a hunch that the last finger is in possession of Gojo, as Gojo was able to hold up Yuji's execution by proposing that it be delayed until Yuji consumes all of the fingers, means effectively delaying the execution indefinitely. Sukuna tells her not to stress too much for one finger, as he can easily make up for this by eating the mummified kukuku that was shown in Chapter 220. Next, the scene switches to Kenjaku asking Kogani that how many players have died in the past 19 days from getting their techniques removed, and Kogani answers that a total of 61 players have died. Kenjaku wonders that why they died during technique removal, as they didn't lack intuition. Was it the fear of dying, or rather the thought of killing someone? He says it all begins with a single step to go towards your goal, and for those who are unwilling to take this step, only death awaits for them. In the next scene, Gojo is being treated and he says that it's just the three of them left, but Shoko reminds him that there's another one left. Gojo says that he thought that Nanami would have survived in some way. To this, Ajichi apologizes to Gojo as he thought Gojo was angry on him over Nanami's death, but Gojo says that he is not and tells him to concentrate and give it his all to the monumental task he yet has to perform. And then, after a long time, we get to see Ino, who has finally come to acknowledge Nanami's death. He was a close associate and always looked forward to Nanami, and respected him, so he surely doesn't look any happy. And here Meimei is looking to a site where a betting game is going on, the fight between Gojo and Sukuna. She says that the customers on the outskirts of Jujutsu society come to bet in these type of betting matches that are just barely legal, but she doesn't need to bet, as she can easily earn 5 billion by just selling tickets for those matches. And then she goes into her self-admiration mode. Then the scene unfolds where Yuji and Kosakabe are having a match of judo, and Yuji easily throws him on the ground, but it's not that what always looks good is actually true. Here is the big reveal that Yuji and Kosakabe have switched bodies, and the one being defeated and thrown on the floor is not Kosakabe but rather Yuji himself. Next, we see Yuta and Inumaki walking through the alley. Yuta tells Inumaki not to worry as he has not yet told Yuji that Inumaki has lost his arm because of Sukuna's domain expansion, as Yuji will surely blame himself for it, while it really isn't his fault, rather it was solely on Sukuna only. Then, it's quite surprising how we are introduced to a major time skip, that is, we are at December 24th now. Kenjaku says that if he had left Sukuna's side, then he would have already been killed by Gojo, but even then he had no intention to make any move until today. He says that if Gojo loses, then all others in the Jujutsu High will also be defeated, especially the ones being led by Yuta. And the only opening they have to defeat Sukuna will be right after this fight, which means Kenjaku can freely move as he wants. In the next scene, we see Yuta, Yuji, Inumaki and others getting ready for the climatic fight. Panda tells them to surely make it alive, and Kinji tells them to do their best, while Karara is confused whether to cheer for them or to worry after them. Yuta says that Gojo will be happy regardless, and Maki expresses her irritation. Then there enters Gojo, Otahime and Yoshinobu. While all become silent and serious, Yuji cheerfully calls Gojo, and Gojo laughs and tells him to do his best. Yuji gives a hearty back slap to Gojo, followed by everyone's back slap as a symbol that they believe in him and they are all with him. After that, everyone cheers Gojo while Gojo answers with Roger that, and with this the chapter ends. It's surely gonna be amazing to see Gojo and Sukuna in the final fight on December 24th, because it's the day Gojo and Geto fought, resulting in death of the latter one. It may also serve as a tribute to the bond between Gojo and his fallen friend. It's very thrilling as the outcome of the most awaited climatic battle is near, and the next chapters are going to captivate us all for sure.